But these tools, when practiced daily, are associated with mental and physical and emotional health benefits. And when it comes to these mindfulness practices that can be done daily, and neuroscience again teaches us that the daily practice of mindfulness, like conscious breathing, benefits the functioning of the brain. And there are many ways we can practice mindfulness.
Grace, you still have about 5 minutes. That's
okay.
5 to 10 minutes. I think you need to spend some time on these tools, if you don't mind.
Okay. So there are different ways that obviously we can use these. There's meditation, and we are hoping to do a meditation. And I think that's why I was moving fast now, because I'd like you to actually experience that. If you haven't experienced a body scanning, that involves paying attention to various parts of your body and bodily sensations in a gradual sequence from head from your feet to your head, or your head to your feet. But we'll come to that in a moment. I want to come to one. There's also deep breathing. Mindfulness breathing is something that can be done several times a day. In fact, when you're feeling the sense of overwhelmingness and stress, it's a reset button that you can activate to allow you to return to the present moment. I think that is so important. And mindfulness is about that, being present, because our minds are always forward thinking. We're always thinking about the next thing and the next thing. So, and we become overwhelmed with all of that thinking. So this mindfulness technique, deep breathing, can help you just to slow down and feel more grounded and in control, and can be done at a time of your choosing, preferably several times a day. And then, of course, there's practicing appreciation. This is something.
Grace, before we move on to appreciation, I just feel this need to share why we really think that mindfulness for entrepreneurs specifically can be hugely benefit, especially meditation. So for me, I meditate twice a day. And in the mornings when I wake up, like you say, in the mornings and just before I go to bed. And what I felt, and there's many, many, many different forms of meditation, you need to find your own to benefit, which works for you. I think that's very important. For me, meditation helps me still my mind. And you mentioned how active life can become, etc. Meditation really stills the mind, and it helps you to refocus. And it also helps you with your cognitive ability. It helps you with being calm. It helps you with being focused. And I think because entrepreneurs are, it's quite a volatile space. If you haven't been an entrepreneur before, you would not understand the volatility of being one, and how quickly you need to adapt to change and so on. So for me, those are just a few of the benefits of meditation. I don't know if anybody wants to mention how they benefit from that. I see there are a couple of people who do meditation as well. And this is one of the reasons you're mentioning that as a mindfulness tool.
Thank you. So I'm just going to move on to appreciation, practicing that. Can I do that?
I think there was somebody who wanted to come in quickly.
Sorry, it's me again. So reframing is also quite part of the divergent thinking realm and getting that creative juices flowing. And the thing is with mindfulness is that it really slows the body down, like you said, Liesl, and also you, Grace. Emotional stress or emotional tension really, really hinders our way of thinking, reframing it or thinking of possibilities or thinking of other options. So it really hinders us. So if you can just center yourself and get yourself into like a calming space, then it really does open the doors even further without realizing it. So for the entrepreneur, that's actually quite a useful tool. That's just my opinion, obviously, as well. So but the reframing tool really is of essence here.
Can I just share an experience of coaching, actually? While I was coaching a client, she said, I just had, by doing a mindfulness breathing, she said to me, you just raised my level of anxiety. And I didn't quite get it, because I thought it was supposed to be, just bringing you into the moment and calming one down. But apparently there are many people who actually struggle just with quiet and being quiet. And so if you are one of that, anyone on this chat today is one of those people, you could also walk and just do a mindfulness exercise, just leaning into nature and just being and offering appreciation for that. But yes, so mindfulness doesn't just mean being quiet. You could also be doing it while walking.
Great, thank you. Shall we move to appreciation?
Okay, so in offering appreciation, it is a powerful, effective, and beneficial technique that I encourage you to pursue. It's something that needs to be done daily. It is something that just has to be, it must be habitual, right? You can create a habit around doing this. It seeks to strengthen your mental resilience as you live and work through these challenging times. I actually learned to journal in the 90s. I think it was Oprah who started the gratitude journaling. And it was at a time that I was really struggling in life. And my mother had passed away, my mother-in-law had cancer, and I had just survived a near-death experience. And I really found this to be difficult at the time because of my frame of mind. But eventually, I found this to be really useful, taking my mind away from the negativity that I was surrounded by. And so you can do this by keeping an appreciation journal. You can write down the things you appreciate, and it went well just today. So you can start by doing that today. You could choose, as I said, to walk instead, doing that mindfully, noticing the beautiful morning sunrise and the things we take for granted, even in nature and the beautiful landscapes around us. So definitely make a habit or a daily habit and experience what science studies over 30 years has shown, mental and physical benefits over time from practicing appreciation.
Great. I would like to add here as well. Now I'm jumping in, but you know how passionate I am about these tools you are sharing. And I practice these as well. And what I have found with practicing daily appreciation is that it helps me with developing the right mindset for the day as well, especially if I do my appreciation in the morning. Therefore, I also develop a growth and open mindset as a result. So it's a tool I'm also using to help me move away from having a closed or competitive mindset. It's just one of the many benefits I wanted to share. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. So can I conclude?
Please.
So the world as we know it has shifted. Dramatic change has swept across the globe. And in looking towards 2021, we need to do more than just bounce back. We also need to make the choice to bounce forward with intention, more resourceful and more resilient, better positioned to take on the challenges of the future. This requires, however, that we have an understanding of our purpose, we draw on our strengths, we are adaptable, we adopt a growth mindset, we hold an optimistic outlook, and we actively build our networks, while at the same time leaning into supportive techniques and tools that help us to take care of our mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Thank you so much for being part of this presentation today.